idea the condition that we're in, the psychoneurosis that we suffer. We suffer terrible, terrible blight. We don't know who we are. We use European names, and we just are comfortable with our condition. We really don't know who we are. We have no idea. We're captive. And we're absolutely comfortable with this situation.
I guess you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode, because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loop juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loop juice, it pulls up in the deuce.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky? You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God.
Some people, they feel like you almost have to sell your soul to get fame, or is it just hard work, or is it luck, is it consequence, is it?
No, most of us in sold our soul. We just call it something else.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
Physical and mental torture. But that's all right, because we said even before this happened, and we're going to say it after this, and after I'm locked up, and after everybody's locked up, that you can jail revolutionaries, but you can't jail a revolution. Right. You might run a liberator like Harris Cleave out the country, but you can't run liberation out the country. You might murder a freedom fighter like Bobby Hutton, but you can't murder freedom fighters. The party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pigs. The people are
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What? You got to have vision.
It's going down like this, motherfucker.
Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins. And I am that one and only galactic daddy-o welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. All right, that's my key to come on in and say what's happening. I got my first defeat, and I guess it wasn't of the weekend, but I got my first defeat, the Vikings. And, you know, it really should have been a lock because what do we see after catastrophes? What happened after Katrina? You know, what happened after 9/11? I mean, that was a tale that I guess I kind of ignored. I guess I ignored that tale. It was the fires. They were in the LAPD. Remember the 9/11? They was all wearing the New York Fire Department, New York Police Department. Do you see how they recycle things? How they really recycle things. I mean, we kind of saw that already. And yet they did it again. You know, the LA Fire Department. Huh. Why'd I do that? So it wasn't a very good game. I really thought that because they dressed Daniel Jones, so maybe that was sending a message for last year. Yeah, but Donaldson ain't coming back next year. There's no way that they can. You know, it's like it's obviously that he choked. The last 2 games he's been horrible, but the script might have called for him to be that horrible. So I mean, that's part of it as well. That is definitely part that has to be have to be considered. Is the way, you know, the script. We have to look at the script, and like the script is the Vikings ain't had a Super Bowl, but you know, if you look at really what they want in sports is they want to fill stadiums and they want to sell jerseys. So what I must do, since the Vikings have lost, I do this. I have a little celebration or de-celebration every year, and what we have is we have to put the shit up for the year. So no more Vikings gear for the year. 0 Vikings gear until next September. The Vikings gear is permanently put up till next year. As I do every year. Still can wear Eagle shit though so far. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll get my picks in Wednesday. I'm gonna still come on Wednesday, even though I'm fucking around tonight. And tonight I don't miss full moons. So I'm looking for the meditation. I should have it bookmarked, but I don't. So I gotta find it. And this is going back a long time. So I'm not. So it's like they skipping a lot. It's like they skipping a lot. So I gotta find it. I'm sorry I haven't looked it up already. But yeah, Donaldson was missing everything. Oh, but what's happening to everybody? What's up, Joey?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
What's happening, Dr. Sinister?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Nephlin, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Yeah, see, I should have got that too, Nephlin. I should have got that too. But yeah, it's a replay of what we saw years ago. Where is 1 month ago? 1 month ago. Trying to see 1 month ago. It's got to be in here somewhere from a month ago because we have a full moon every month. Every month we have a full moon. So it switches to 3 months ago. So what happened to 2 months ago? You know, like what happened to 2 months ago? I think this is it. Oh, I hit this before, but this is not it. There's some bullshit. That is not it. All right. But yeah, I should have saw through the tail, and I was, you know, going on emotion instead of going on common sense because of the every time it's a disaster, they let that area win. And you see Vikings showed up. They said, what was it, 51% Vikings and 43% people from LA? But I imagine people from LA is going through, I talk shit and they brought the 2 months back out. So it's got to be in here somewhere. Huh. Gosh, where is it? I should have been doing this earlier, but I was fucking around watching Rick and Morty and shit. So I'll find it, get into it with y'all. But I wasn't going to show it until a little later anyway. See, why is it here? Okay, it's not there. It's not there. It says it's misleading. It's not there. Got a picture of us, but it ain't us doing the full moon thing. So, and I'm into 9 months ago. So where's the 4 and 5 months? I ain't really past that many. Okay, here's 4 months, and you telling me I didn't do a ritual? I do a ritual every month. Every month. No, I can't find. Right here. This must be it right here. There she is. Okay. There she is. So I ain't tripping so hard. Yeah, so all that Vikings gear gets put up for the year. You know, that shit gets thrown up and put in the box for the year. No more Vikings gear this year. Guaranteed on camera I ain't gonna wear it again. So that mean the Rams will win the Super Bowl? Well, we can't count the Rams out. We definitely can't count the Rams out. Will the Rams beat the Eagles? They shouldn't. Would the Rams beat the Lions? They shouldn't. You know, the Rams shouldn't beat either teams, and they're playing the Eagles, right? It's the Eagles next week. Next Sunday, they're playing the Eagles. Should they beat that Eagles teams? I don't think so. And again, you know, them going to the cold weather too, and Stafford, and this is what was hard for me to understand about the script. Stafford can't move. And tonight, the person that could move, and again, like we saw last night, dude wouldn't throw the ball. We saw that crap. Dude would not throw the ball. So it's the same crap we've seen before. Him not throwing the ball, holding on to the ball, getting sacked. And it's like the way they had him playing the script is like he's snake bitten. You know, that's what we used to call it. Or blowing up. You know, you're blowing up on the moment. You don't perform, you blow up instead. And so that's what it appeared more like. What he did is he kind of blew up. So it's here. Like he kind of blew up. So it was the script wasn't quite believable. You have his left tackle who's been wonderful all year. All of a sudden he ain't playing well. All of a sudden his left tackle, and none of them block well. And they pointed that out. They didn't block well last week. They didn't block well this week. What was the big difference? Like, really, when they lost the first time to the Rams, they shouldn't have. And they put more pressure on Stafford. They put more pressure on Stafford the first time. So Donald looked lost. Yeah, he blew up. Hey, Benji, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Yeah, Benji, what is happening? So, yeah, it's just you see that the way they did it. But it's to say they're going to let them win the Super Bowl, I kind of get a feeling it's going to be the Eagles. I mean, I can't see them putting the Lions in the Super Bowl and letting the Lions lose. You know, the Lions and the Cardinals. What is it? Lions, Cardinals. What's the other team? Panthers. Lions, Cardinals, Panthers, Vikings. Those 4 teams that haven't won the Super Bowl. Lions, Cardinals, Packers. No, Lions, Cardinals, Vikings. And it seems like Panthers have never won it. So if the Lions make it the first time, will they do the Lions like the Saints? But to Dr. Sinister's question, I really would not be surprised if they let them win it. I mean, if they let LA win it now. I see the script kind of turning that way. And that's just that's just the history of the NFL. They let a team win the Super Bowl after tragedy. So, you know, odds on favorite, probably because of the tragedy. That's what they do. Again, 9/11 was the Patriots. We had Katrina was New Orleans. And, you know, if you look at how New Orleans won, I mean, really, at the end of the game, they was driving. And then all of a sudden, Manning throws a pick 6. So, yeah. Well, let's give a little love. And since it is the moon, we're going to put some energies out there for everybody. Oh, the moon energies are sweet. Man, I was in this mug slumped. I was meditating. I was in here slumped. I got into it so deep. And that's when I really go in deep is when I slump. I'm like, oh, shit. All right. To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, in the center. Turn everything on around me. All right. I got the candle. You can probably barely see it back there. Got that going. So put a lot of good energies out there. Let me see. I didn't bring it down here. I thought I did. I did not. I got a little crystal cheat book, and I thought I brought it over here. I might have to go pick it up. But yeah, this is Kunzite. I want to send this energy out to everybody watching, this Kunzite energy. May this cleanse and clean and take any attachments off you. This is one of the biggest scrubbers, lithium-based Zulites are excellent scrubbers, and this is one of the strongest ones. So may this move things off of you. What he say is, Donald looked horrible. He looked horrible. And since this is the 5th year of my celebration, I've been going live. Even on my other channel, I would go live on the Super Bowl. So I look forward to it. I'm not going to my brother-in-law's. I'm sitting here with my better TV. I'm sitting here and watching my better TV instead of going over there and being a family get-together. You know, I told my wife, I'm like, I'm staying home this Super Bowl. And I had a camera downstairs with me. And yeah. Get into it, do my studying on what formations and stuff. And I might even get deeper into that, what to look for, what kind of formations and stuff. As I scout the game coming up to see how the script is. It was like one thing I thought about too. You know, I criticize Barry Sanders as he can't be the greatest running back of all time because he simply ran backwards too much. But and now I've said before, I've noticed just watching younger dudes, that's tend to what they do. Younger dudes, when they get in trouble, they run backwards to try to give them more room to get out of trouble. But, you know, a part of him running backwards, too, probably was part of the script, a way to hurt his team. Because, I mean, Barry had the most yards lost up until Brady passed him. And Brady's getting sacked. That's how hard Barry was hurting the Lions back then. He was taking them big losses because he would run 5, 6, 7 yards backwards. He didn't care. He thought he was going to get out of it. So maybe that was all part of the script too. Hey, Barry, when we don't want you to win, just run backwards and let them tackle you for a loss. Because he didn't believe in just putting your head down and taking the 2 yards. No, every play, you got to go for a touchdown. He's the only back that really played like that. Every play for him, it was touchdown. So he had to do a million fakes every play. So that might have been a big part of the script. Yeah, let's see. I think I can do it. Yeah. Let's see. Any more morbid deaths? I don't think so. I don't think it's any more. Now, this is something that doesn't make sense. Cowboys, Dion is calling the Cowboys about coaching. Why would he want that job? Why would you want that job? You don't have a general manager that has proven how to put teams together. And the only good move Jerry Jones ever made was trading Herschel Walker. That's the only good move he's made of his whole career. I mean, look at it. He gave Tony Romo all that money for winning. What did Tony Romo win? Maybe 1 playoff games, or maybe he didn't even win any. I mean, all Jerry Jones wants to brag about is that he has the highest paid quarterback. Doesn't matter what he achieves, what he does. What did Tony Romo do? What did he do? And the other part is like, why now are they emphasizing so much on the Pro Bowl? And you barely hear about all pro. They are emphasizing the lesser award. Making the Pro Bowl don't mean you all pro. It means you made the exhibition game. But for some reason, the NFL is emphasizing this. Well, he was a Pro Bowl. They'll say you was a Pro Bowl before you're all pro. And it's a lesser award. I mean, it's a bonus. You can get that written in your contract if you make the Pro Bowl, and extra if you make all pro. And it's really like equivalent to NBA All-Star. If you make the All-Star game one time, you're All-Star. You can say that for your whole career, even if you only make it once. Like, really, does people think as Ralph Sampson is an all-star basketball player, Hall of Fame player? Hall of Fame again is college. You know what you did in college. Oh, okay, I like that. I like that. So, I guess if we put Ralph Sampson's career in college, yeah, he was decent. He was decent. Oh, where's Ed Reed going? Where's he going? I don't care. Well, let's see. Ed Reed lands new job. Oh, here we go. Where's he? Been named the new offense. Oh, he took a high school job. That wasn't even worth looking at. He took a high school job, which ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking them jobs. I don't think. Oh, look at this. This is kind of sweet. Check out this Carhartt. Snakeskin Carhartt. This is sweet. This is real sweet. There we go. Let's see if they got a better picture of it. Huh. Must be canvas. Wow, that is sweet. Oh, here we go. Here's a better, way better picture of it. What does snake of the... Yeah, because we are the year of the snake. Huh. Wonder if they're going to be selling this. It looks like Sweet Car signature snake graphics, pull over for comfort, blah, blah, blah. Another celebration. Doesn't tell when you can get it, though. Doesn't tell where and when you can get it. What is this? Drop your home insurance bill. Wow. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to bring that in. Yeah, but why would Deion want the Cowboys job? Cowboys move forward with Deion Sanders. Why? Why? There's no way I would want this job. No way. Worst GM in football. He has total control right now of every aspect of his program. Why would you give that up? You don't think Jerry Jones gonna again? You're handcuffed to who Jerry Jones puts out there. That's what you're handcuffed to. I think he'll make more money here. Are targeting Sanders to be their next coach. Why would you want that job? Wow, why would you want that job? I mean, I would do the courtesy of meeting with him, but damn, if I would want that job, y'all. Would y'all want that job? I definitely wouldn't want the Cowboy job. That is a horrible job. See, I saw a picture of Lynn Bias. What are they saying about Lynn Bias? They always want to bring up dudes that done died this time of year. Do y'all like LeAngelo Ball's song? I saw it one time. It's okay. I don't know that it... And again, you know, the Ball family was smart when it came to sacrificing. They sacrificed their son's college career. And what do I always say? It's better to be sacrificed than to be murdered. So, you know, they did what was right. They did what was right by having the shame ritual with his son stealing, getting kicked out of UCLA, than any of those boys getting killed. And now they just said he landed a contract for rapping. So do you think it's an accident all of a sudden one song hits? Nah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. You know, they took the shaming route. And that's the way to do it. It's, you know, it's better to be embarrassed than to be killed. And so that's for you guys out there, that if you ever make it like that, that to me, it's better to be embarrassed than to be killed. Because they will kill you in a minute if you drink out of the beast cup. If you drink out of the beast cup, hey, now you know, a lot of these people, what they do is you know, they do their Hollywood thing and they disappear. And you see them old movie actors living long lives. And whenever they need their particular sacrifice, boom, here it is in the late 80s, late 90s. But the ones that keep trying to stay in front, you see they getting knocked off left and right getting knocked off. Now, I don't even know who this dude is. Rock musician only. Did we do him? When did he die? May 6th, yeah. I don't know if I did him. This cat, y'all know this cat, rock musician. What's his name? Owen Lee of This Is Pointless, popular emo band. Okay, never heard of this cat. Don't really care, but he died on the 6th. It is for the beast. It is for the beast. And that's how they tend to do it. That's how they tend to do it. Says Pete Maravich on why he rejected $1 million to play with the Globetrotters. Because the NBA gave him, he was the highest paid rookie, I think, ever at that point when he went in the league. And then, they wanted to bury him down there in Atlanta by putting him on a bad team. And that's something I didn't understand about what pro basketball would do. In the 60s and 70s, other than Wilt and Bill Russell, they get like Oscar Robertson. People don't understand how terrible of teams he played on. He had Wayne Embry, I think even that season that he did the triple-double the first time, they didn't win it. I mean, I don't even think he was even in the finals until he went to Milwaukee. Until he went to Milwaukee, he didn't even win the finals. He wasn't even, as far as I know, I don't even think he was in the finals. Because again, he was in the East. But that's what they would do. They like even Earl. Look what they did Earl Monroe. And Earl, people forget, like Earl Monroe with a 6'8" center, West Donzel, went to the finals. They went through the East and beat everybody and got swept by Kareem. Yeah, the Milwaukee, wasn't it? Milwaukee and the Bullets. Yeah, Milwaukee and the Bullets, because Milwaukee's in the West. Yeah. And that just shows you how good, 6'8" center. Wes Donzel was 6'8" and guarded all the 7-footers. Strong base. He had and I've talked about this before, he had a drill where he would throw the ball off the backboard, catch it, turn in midair, and be able to throw it. He would, do like a base or overhand pass all the way and hit the backboard. And that ain't easy. That ain't easy to do. Try it. It ain't easy. And he could consistently do it. One of the best rebounders of all time. But Earl was that dude. Watch Earl Monroe's college career. The first black college to ever win any kind of championship. And I don't care if it was NIL, it doesn't matter. They still won it. Wasn't like like they just giving this stuff to these weak teams. Nah, you got to hoop. And that's what Earl did in 65, 66. Then they put him on, the Bullets. And despite not, if you want to match two teams that took their teams to the finals, that would be equal. I would say Earl Monroe and when LeBron took that Cleveland team and got swept by San Antonio. But that he took them, that was probably the two instances where a superstar took a subpar team to the finals. And you can't say when Michael Jordan went to the finals that he had a subpar team, because he didn't. He had another Hall of Famer. Even the first time, we look at the first time, he had another Hall of Famer with him. And then, if you look at the three-peat, he had two Hall of Famers with him. Two Hall of Famers with him. So, PJ Allen, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
Thank you for joining. Oh, and so that's one remarkable thing about LeBron, but as well as Earl Monroe. And like Earl Monroe's game, like it's funny the way, it's really funny the way hooping has changed. Like the NBA has spoiled a lot of basketball. It has spoiled the high school children. It spoiled AAU. It has spoiled everything. And basket manipulation. And And as I put on Facebook, people are getting tired of basket manipulation. The best thing, the NBA wants attendance to rise. Get rid of the three. Get rid of three. Manipulate only twos. Don't manipulate threes anymore. Just manipulate twos. And people will gain interest in your sport again, because like they got killed on Christmas. LeBron talking about Christmas is for basketball. No, it ain't. Football's king in the fall. Fall, early winter, football is king. And it's always gonna be. And basketball is gonna drop off until to the Super Bowl end. So half their season, they're number 2, in some instances number 3. The people that like hockey. But basketball is not watchable. See, again, they bringing Len Bias up. After Lenny died, it took away his love of the game. See, again, they be bringing stuff up ritualistically because your game is just not fun to watch anymore. Yeah, football is king. Like I mentioned before, maybe even last night, I mentioned many times. But I wasn't watching basketball on Christmas. I didn't watch basketball on Christmas till football ended. Think I cared about you? I want to see basket manipulated game, or want to see a strategically manipulated game. It's easy to manipulate people making baskets. That's so simplistic. Think about it. What's the hardness of manipulating and helping people make shots? The thing is, take away the three where them deep shots don't mean nothing anymore, and people will stop doing it. Take it away, and people will stop doing it, and there'll be interest in your game again. And so when you manipulate a shot, it ain't going to be as obvious. But the way your game's going now, I haven't been to a live basketball game, I think, in 3 years. Yeah, I think it's been 3 years since I went to see the Timberwolves play. And they were good last year. But it's just, do I want to go to the bother going downtown, parking in the ramp, walking over the Skyway? Do I want to do all that? Okay. All right. Win. Didn't give me win. So they're going to have to figure out something because people, it's just an all-star game is like, who cares about it? I mean, it is supposed to be a game of just scoring. The all-star game is really equal to the Harlem Globetrotters. It's exhibition basketball. So why are people complaining about them not playing hard? Look at a game, even going back to Larry Bird and Magic. I mean, they wasn't playing that hard other than the person they script to win the MVP. You notice it's always one dude playing harder than everybody else. Like, look at the 70s, 80s, and 90s games. Especially, let's concentrate on the late 70s and 80s games. You always see that one person that wants the MVP. You see, it's like one person will play harder than everybody else on both sides. And you can see they even feed that person if you watch the games. So did that was that a more exciting game? To see one person really dominate and try to play hard and everybody's helping him play hard? Was that any exciting as just watching everybody dunks and layups? And that's what people want. But basketball, until you put the mid-range game back in, the mid-range game, till you put that back in, you're going to continue to have poor attendance, poor television ratings, because, you're killing your own product. Your manipulation is killing your own product. So it's up to you, NBA. The ball's in your court. You want to keep, because, people forget the NBA almost went out of business in the 70s. The only reason they let the ABA teams come in was to bring more revenue into the league. Because remember, they stopped 2 teams in, but they brought the 4 teams, because really they could have brought the Kentucky team in. It was one of the most popular, successful, money successful, financially successful, and they didn't let them in. In the same way, the stupid contract, they gave them almost as money as they gave the people that had the St. Louis Spirits team. Those people became billionaires off their deal with the NBA. They outsmarted David Stern. And David Stern didn't realize how much money he was giving. So he had to go to him as like, you guys haven't had a team in 20 years. You've got your hundreds of millions. It's time to kick this deal off because we can't really afford it anymore. But yeah, so the early 70s, people, when people talk about tape delay, when Magic and Bird won their first championships, even after Magic won his championship, when Magic won his championship in 79-80 season, and then Bird won his championship, 80-81 season, they were both still tape delayed. They were still tape delayed, where you kind of knew who won. If you listened to the radio, you knew who won. The news wouldn't tell you if it was that channel. So if it was, say the game was on CBS, CBS News wouldn't tell you who won, but you could watch the other channels and they would. They would tell you who won. So you had to watch a repeat. And if you were a real basketball junkie, you did that. I'd go with that strategy. Oh, but what do we see again? You know, we see the same color scheme, the white jerseys and the dark pants. I mean, the same color scheme for 3 games. And maybe even more. But this Dion thing, I just don't get, y'all. Why would he want the Cowboys job? I mean, he is in such, like, why would you go from being supremely over everything? He is over everything. Why would you want to give that up? To be over nothing but your roster. Every game is on pins and needles. They don't keep coaches that lose. They don't keep coaches that lose. So he's not coming back with nothing but a decent team. But remember, though, Pearson did say they was going to win the Super Bowl, but the Cowboys fans, they say that every year. But Pearson said that. He said, we're going to win the Super Bowl. Now, could they bring him in? But with that team's limited defense, and win a Super Bowl, do you think they would script it like that? Because Cowboys ain't really America's team anymore. Not anymore. Oh, let me see. Gold is down. It was more down. It was 7. It's 26. I'll let y'all see. Gold is at 2682. So we were at 2700 a couple of days ago. Yeah, I think Friday closing was 2700. So since then they've lost about $80. No, that'd be 20. Yeah, about $20 is down. It says +4. And that's closing today, but Friday it was 27. So still, your gold is worth still quite a bit. And I saw silver, and here's silver down here. Silver's worth $30. But look at platinum. Now, remember what they did to platinum? They was trying to, all the rappers started wearing platinum so they would get everybody to buy platinum. And look at the difference in price. Ounce of gold, which is, I think, 33 ounces, is 2,600. Platinum for an ounce is 973. So you see it, and what people liked about platinum is you could buy silver and it looks, platinum looks a little darker. Silver's, I mean, if you had them side by side, you could tell the difference. It's a little more shininess than platinum. But remember how the rappers was wearing platinum and rapping about platinum chains? So you see how they can fool people and people will fall for it? Have you wearing platinum, think you got something, and you see it didn't move. And think all the people gave up their gold for platinum. Platinum ain't worth near what gold is worth. So, well, I wasn't going to go on really long tonight. Don't want to keep holding you guys up. I'm going to play the vibration, and if you want to go along, go along. If you don't, that's up to you. The full moon peaked at 5:30. That was when I was meditating before, and I was just slumped. I started like this, and I put actually this kunzite. When I wear a blackout thing, and I had the kunzite right here on my third eye. I have it up here, and I was like, shoot. So when I do that, I really get deep. I woke up, I was like, ooh. So here's the meditation. For those of you that want to follow along. That you don't. For those of you that want to click out now, I'll be back Wednesday to get my predictions for the weekend, the semifinals. And so here we go. Gotten with me and said, intentions of.
You good? Okay. So let's go ahead and have 8-win. Go ahead and mute yourself on that end. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and get in the position, what is most comfortable to you. I suggest sitting up because sometimes when you're laying down, you can fall asleep in a meditation, which is actually better to move through the chakras is when you're sitting up. But if you need to lay down, that is okay. The other thing that I would say is don't try to guess what I'm going to say. Just be open, be relaxed, listen to my voice, follow my voice, and we should have a good meditation. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes, palms up, we do the palms up to receive, and we're going to start with some breath work. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your nose, and I want you to breathe down to your belly. When you breathe down to your belly, I want you to expand that belly. As you're breathing in, I want you to focus on breathing in love and light. Then I'm going to have you hold the breath. And then after we hold the breath, we're going to do an exhale. You're going to exhale from the belly out through the mouth. I'm going to give you some numbers. We're going to count this. So as I'm asking you to exhale, I want you to breathe out anything that's heavy, anything that you're carrying, anything that is keeping you from your dream come true, from your wishes, your desires in your life, and give it to the Creator, to Source, to God. When we do the breath work, just relax. Just be calm. No worries, no stress. Do the best that you can. Don't worry about the counting. If you can't make it to the full counts, it's okay. Do you. Okay, let's start with the first breath. Breathing in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Push it all out. Let it all go out. Next breath. Breathing in through the nose. Love and light down to the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, pushing it all out. Good. And last breath. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Releasing it all. Letting it all go. Now we're going to just do a scan of the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of the head and we're going to move all the way down to our feet. I just want you to go through the body and release any tension, any stress, any tightness you may be feeling, any stuck energies. You're going to imagine it going down a drain, or you can just give it to Mother Earth. Mother Earth will recycle that energy. So don't feel bad that you're giving it to her. Just release it to her. Or like I said, just imagine it going down a drain, like you're standing in the shower and you're just washing it off. So let's start at the top of the head, releasing anything that is tight. Just letting it go. Let's move to our forehead. Any tightness in the brows, your eyes, letting go of any stress. Moving down to your ears, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth, your jaw, chin, releasing any tightness in the shoulders, going down your arms, into your elbows, your lower arms, your wrist, your hands, your fingertips, letting go of any stress, any tension, any tightness in your upper back, your chest, lower back, your stomach, releasing any tension in your hips, lower legs, moving into the thighs, the knees, lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes, just letting it wash away, just releasing it, giving it to Mother Earth. Now I'd like you to take an inventory if anything still feels tight, going back and giving that area some love and allowing it to release. Let's start now by bringing your awareness within. I want you to start focusing on bringing that awareness from your mind down to your heart space. Start pulling that awareness into your heart space. As you keep a light focus between your brows, not looking for anything, not stressing about it, just a light focus as you pull that awareness into your heart space. Just gently pulling it down. As you do so, I want you to listen to the sounds in the room that you're sitting in. Maybe the fan is blowing or the heat is blowing. Just allowing those sounds and not attaching to them. You may hear family members or pets in the background. Just allowing as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. You might hear some cars driving by. Just allowing those sounds to occur as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. We're just being. Nothing needs to be done in this moment. Thoughts may be arising in your mind of what needs to be done after this meditation or what needs to be done tomorrow. We're not going to attach to those thoughts. We're just going to let that energy pass as you're just being. As you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Not worried about the bills, the chores that need to be done. Not worried about the workday for tomorrow or for the rest of the week. Just going to let those thoughts pass as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Letting go of any irritations you may have had today with things not going your way, and just allowing it to pass. As you sit in meditation, you may feel some numbness or tingling. That too shall pass, not attaching to it, or just being. Keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. If thoughts continue to rise, just gently pull yourself back into the heart space. Gently bring your awareness in. Now, being in the heart space, I want you to imagine a green lotus flower opening up. If you don't know what a lotus flower is, it's okay. Just imagine a flower opening up. This is where our love resides, in the heart space. I want you to move your awareness within the heart space, within that lotus flower. And I want you to feel that energy as it expands and moves in all directions. I want you to embrace yourself in that love, that unconditional love. And send out that same love to all beings. Now let's move our awareness down to our solar plexus. Your solar plexus is located about 6 inches above your belly button. As you move your awareness down there, I want you to imagine a yellow lotus flower opening up and bringing your awareness into the center of that lotus flower. This is where our will resides, our inner strength, our goals. Just move yourself into that energy and feel that energy. Remember, we're not doing anything. We're just being. Allow yourself to be guided. Now bring your awareness down to your sacral. The sacral is located between the hips, below the belly button, where our sexual organs are. I want you to imagine an orange lotus flower opening up. This is where our passion and creativity sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. Allowing that lotus flower to expand in all directions. This is where our self-care and self-love, doing the things that bring us joy, allowing yourself to feel that energy. Now bring your awareness down to your root chakra. This is at the base of your spine. Imagine a red lotus flower opening up. This is where our survival sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. As the lotus flower expands in all directions, feel the connection to Mother Earth. Feel the connection to knowing that all of your needs are being met and will continue to be met. Now, as we go in and ground ourselves to Mother Earth, I want you to feel yourself rooting into Mother Earth as I guide you down into the center. Just rooting yourself, letting yourself go, anchoring yourself into her energy. Bringing your energy down into both of your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Bringing that energy down into the ground, into the rocks and dirt, going down the multiple layers of the earth, going down to Gaia, to Mother Earth, connecting with her consciousness, becoming one with her unconditional love. Feel yourself becoming one with her. We thank you, Gaia, for the blessings and graces that you give us. We thank you for all that you do for us on a daily basis. We thank the animals, the plants, the birds, the air, the wind, the water, and the fire for their part in our human experience and soul's evolution. Being filled with gratitude and love, now bringing that energy forth, bringing Mother Earth's energy as she gives it to us freely, bringing it up through the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back up past the rocks and dirt, back up into the ground, into your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Now move your energies up to the throat chakra. I'd like you to imagine a blue lotus flower opening up. This is where our truth resides, our communications with others. Feel that lotus flower opening up and expanding in all directions as you bring your awareness within. Feeling the energies. As we speak our truth, and we speak the truth with loving ways and loving words. Now bring your awareness up to your third eye. This is between the brows. You're going to imagine a purple lotus flower opening up. As you do so, bringing your awareness into the center as it expands in all directions. This is where our intuition or our connection to a higher self resides. Feeling those energies of being guided, of the knowings, of the nudges, of the visions, of the hearing, the whispers in our ears of what we should be doing to continue to be on that path. What is for our highest and greatest good, and for those who are around us and surround us. Allowing that energy to expand. Now bring your awareness up to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is right above your head, outside of your body. Imagine a white lotus flower opening up. This is where our connection to wisdom and to the divine creator resides. Feel yourself moving into that energy as the lotus flower expands in all directions. Allowing ourselves to be guided, knowing the truth that we are all one. Now bring your awareness up to the sun. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, the life force energy. Feeling the energy of the sun on your body into each and every single cell. Bathing in that healing energy. Now bring your awareness up to the full moon, where the feminine energies resides. This is called the pink moon. This is a very powerful moon. Even though the full moon energies were the highest yesterday, we still have the energies for 3 more days. During a full moon, we do a release of letting go of things no longer that serve us, so that we can make room for the things that we desire in our life, which we plant during the new moon. This moon is also requiring us to be grateful for all that we have. For all the things in our life that we are grateful for, so that more can come forward. I'd like everybody to take a few minutes at this point and go ahead and say the things that you are grateful for in your mind towards the moon, and then also recognizing the things that you'd like to release and asking the energies of the moon to help assist with that. So let's take a few minutes and do a release and do some gratitude. Your root, splitting the energies again between both thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, going into the ground through the rocks and dirt, going down the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back into the Mother Earth, connecting with her consciousness, with her love, her unconditional love for us, bringing those energies down to her, giving those energies to her too, so she can replenish herself. We thank you, Gaia. Bringing our energy up one more time through the rocks and dirt, through the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back up into the ground, back up into your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Now moving deeper into the heart chakra. Going deeper into the heart chakra, the bridge to our spirit guides, to the angels, to the archangels, to the transcendent masters, those of the highest frequency and vibration, those for our highest and greatest good, to be with us now according to God's divine will and plan, and so it is. We ask that you light our path and show us our way. We ask that you make yourselves known to us in a way we can understand. We ask for your protection and guidance as we move forth, and so it is. Let's just take a couple minutes and do a silent meditation, and then I'll pull you out.
So it's quite
When you're ready, open your eyes.
all right. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, this channel has been on for 5 years. I've been doing this every month for 5 years. You say I was doing this in my old apartment. It's hard to believe that this video of us is 5, maybe 6 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago. Well, what is? I'd have to look at the original date, but this must be. Let me see. This channel came on in 20. They killed the other channel 20, so this had to be 21. I'm guessing this had to be 21. So she hasn't, you know, I'm sure that if she wanted to get in touch with me, she could, as she said, if that bothered. I'm sure that her minions and her minions, and they know that I'm still doing it. I'm sure at time to time they check. I'm sure one of them told him that every full moon he brings you on. So, but if she ever cuts into me and says, you know, it ain't cool, then I understand. I can't be mad at that. But for those of you who enjoy that, I appreciate giving that. As I always say, I give freely, you know. As I said before, I would play the bowl through the phone with people and not charge them because, you know, and that's why I play the bowl, you know, when I start to try to give that energy. You can just isolate that part and just listen to that part for a few minutes. Because a meditation is basically, I've said, you know, meditation is basically a blink. You can be with a crowd of people and meditate for a few moments and clear yourself from, you know, clear everything, all the stress and everything, and then gather yourself back in. You know, clear all that away and then gather it back in. So that's all the meditation is. And you know, if you're a public speaker or have to give a report or something, I mean, I've said this before, you know, you control the room. You should. If all eyes is on me, I'm controlling the way people breathe. I'm controlling the way they blink. They're going to do all that the way I do it. And that's, you know, that's not controlling people, but it's just a way to control the room when it's supposed to be the emphasis on you. You want all those kind of things working with you. Because it's been proven the way you speak, people will start breathing in the way you speak when you're in a, you know, one person is speaking. Just like when you're in a church, you know, it's the same thing. When they're playing the organ and all the music is trying to hit certain parts of you to activate those certain parts. Now, the thing then in the church, there's in the church wants to eat off that, because that's who you're giving it to. You're giving it to something that's outside of you instead of keeping the energy within yourself. I'm not knocking anybody. Whatever you believe is what you believe, but know the whole story. And I think that's the biggest thing I'll say about religion is people don't know the whole story. People go and they only know part of the story. They don't study it enough. That's my only thing. Is people just don't study enough. Because you don't want to limit yourself. I think that's what with me. I try to study, you know, everything as much as possible. Things, especially spiritual things. Like my spiritual books, I've read these books over and over again. I was sitting there today thinking about a book I had read before and what I had went over. Because sometimes you miss things. And so, you know, reading is fundamental for sure. And I think it helps not being old. think it helps keeping your mind right. So, well, guys, I wasn't gonna go on very long. This was just for the full moon. I am gonna give a divination tonight, like I gave every day. Here we go. And right now we are into manic. This is one of my favorite Mayan glyphs. It's the glyph here with the hand, Malik, which is day 7. And Malik is hand grasping, closure, knowledge of power, completion, realization, finiteness of physical being, and the energy is in the west. Just like today, the energy was in the north. Tomorrow, the energy is in the west. And the way the day reads, it reads 13 batoons, 0 katoons, 12 tunes, 4 uno, and 7 kin. The Tazik, which I just read, the Mayan, which is 4 Malik, and then the Habib is 10 Muan, and then the God of the night would be God 6, which they don't know his name because again they don't know Omic. The gods of the night and the gods. That poster right there. It's the outsides are mostly all gods, especially on the bottom. It's the God of the nights on the bottom and the top of the tomb of the great Macaw. Starface flower. And so he knew what they meant. So that's why he put them around his sarcophagus. He had 2 sarcophagus. They only show the one. 2 lids at least. So yeah, I think I gave everything I had about sports. I'll give my picks. Coming into the Wednesday night, I'll come back and give my picks, but I didn't have a lot to say. Oh, I am going to give the divination. So again, it's Masal, or deer, because up top you can see the deer. And was a very important figure in the Toltec and is another representation of divinity. It is the main spiritual enticer that brings seekers to the path of knowledge. From the many tales and myth about the deer to its connection with men and women on the sacred path. I want to present here the story of the deers told among the Waraka people, whom I call the surviving Toltec. It was told to me during the spiritual pyramid. And I expect with them over 30 years and shows very clear. For every year they will travel 300 miles where they live. Tamat's Kalamani is his name. He is the blue deer, and he is the one who's looking for when we do yearly pilgrimages in the sacred land of the Human Kanabi. Down there in the desert, it was Kulami, who we call Tamazan, little sacred deer way of affection, who started the tradition of making these pilgrimages to the sacred lands of the desert. Long ago, when the Karate's ancient Podaros were organizing the world, these traditions were created by them. In those times, humans didn't know anything about pilgrimages, traditions, or looking for the Great Spirit. They just wanted to find food and eat and survive. That sounds like a good idea to me. That was their only concern in life. But the Kayas were concerned because the people wouldn't know anything about spiritual forces among them. Wouldn't know about the gods because you're hungry. What was the point of having created humans in a world for them to live in if those humans knew nothing about the givers of their life? I suspect that the Kauaites were feeling alone and wanting to interact with people of some company. Everything needs to be connected with everything else, including them. The Kauaites tried to call the people's attention in every possible way, but the people wouldn't respond. They were too busy looking for food. Storms, forest fires, earthquakes, and many challenges of the blessings were set people to get them to realize their sacred bond with the Paderos. But the humans didn't respond to the signs as Kauaites wanted. Because of this, they called a cow Kalakamari, a Kaya who was the holder of the Book of Knowledge. The sacred book contained all the knowledge in the world for both indigenous and non-indigenous people. Kalakamari was assigned the task of attracting people to the world. He was smart and decided to trick the people by transforming himself into a blue deer. As a deer, he showed himself to the people who were, of course, looking for food. When they saw him, they immediately wanted to hunt him because they imagined his meat would be good and they were hungry. But the blue deer was very fast and not easy to catch. As the people kept chasing him, he would run, 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 taking them further away from the lands which they lived. He kept running until the people kept chasing until they arrived in the desert. In the sacred land of the Human Kanalbi, we call the blue land La Tazara Azal. There's something extraordinary took place. A calamari ran in the footprints, buttons of Kari, the sacred peyote cactus, sprouted everywhere he went. The people would not catch him, for he was too fast. When they reached exhaustion, they took a break to rest. There they were more hungry than ever. In the despair, they looked around anything to eat, and they saw the Kari right there on the ground. Not knowing what it was, they ate it and expected to be food, but instead they had dreams about the spirits. They thought that they were asleep, but they were awake, dreaming, and it's how, for the first time, they could see the blue deer not as food, but as a teacher. They discovered Kaukamari's sacred book and started to read it, and they learned the proper way to live. Found out what the task of life is. And this is how the whole pilgrimage started. And what this means for you today is, as we can see in the story, it represents the quest for spiritual vision. The deer will bring the vision as long as it undertake all the steps and tasks that must be accomplished before the deer will reveal itself. Getting this card is called to seek the wisdom that there will show you your task and path of heart, where from now on until the vision is fulfilled and the time for another vision was come to you. The quest for a vision is an old spiritual practice among people of mystery traditions all over the world and throughout history. It's performed in many different ways in accordance with the cultural background of the seeker. But the basic element is isolation in the wilderness for more days, then including fasting, praying, singing, or dancing, that tend to call this great spirit to bring the vision that would direct our life from then on. So basically it's trying to say that tomorrow's a day of pretty cool transformation. Tomorrow is a day that might be a day for you to live your vision or start your vision or start the road to putting your vision into effect. So that's all I can really give you about that. So enjoy the night. I hope you enjoyed the game. Again, I'll be back Wednesday to give my picks for the next 2 days. This was just kind of a bonus. And, just a spiritual time. No matter what the moon is, more than likely they put that motherfucker up there, but it doesn't matter the way it works. See, it's just like the internet. When the military wanted the internet, they knew that they was going to have to share it with us. And so the same thing comes with the moon. It doesn't matter if the moon's fake, real, but the moon does hold some energies that does uplift people. I mean, for a total of 8 days, it does uplift people if you want to, again, plug into it. And if you plug into it, the energy they're supposed to give, whoever else is using it, they have to give out energy, is my point. So there's energy to be had, energy to be consumed, energy to bring in. And like one divineness says, to shred things, because the moon also takes, the ideas and the thoughts. All the ideas and the thoughts go up to the moon. So, and like one thing about this story that had me thinking, I always kind of represent myself as one of my living experiences was the Monkey King, or the legend of the Monkey King. And when the king was put entrapped in the mountain, the monkey had to figure out a way to get out of the mountain. So he found a way to get out of the mountain by being reborn. The mountain being born from the mountain was the way he got out. And so one way that the people were taught, as I would say, once all the forms came out, because everybody just looked like a black humanoid dot kind of thing, like just a blob, more of a blob, a humanoid blob, no face, just arms, and everything was just blobs. But one thing that started with the blobs is every day when the sun and the sun giver would come through, the beings would stop and they would face it. And so this was a download. Now, when you go to certain pictographs around the country and you see certain things coming on solstice, it's like the cartoon or whatever the picture was. So you had an elder there that would write this picture, and a way to give the download to all the people was they would be in certain spots in the solstice, and it'd be like a little animation would go across the wall. And that short time, that animation, the people learned something. It was a type of download. And I should bring the book and try to give a little greater point, emphasis. So, one more thing I do have. I think this is the short here. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the short. I want you guys to see. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Now, if you don't think football been fixed, look at this. Did he try to really make the tackle? Where we at? Where we at? Look at that again. Does he really look at his position right here? Is he really trying to make a tackle? Why would you go on the ground like that? You see? And this is the 1970 Super Bowl. Again, the Jets had won the year before. Look at him. He goes on the ground before anything really even happens. Okay, let's go. Look at that. Did he really try? And this was the deciding touchdown in the game. He didn't try. So this is how long, for those of you who don't think things have been fixed, this is how long they've been fixed, since 1970. No way you think that was a play. No way you can look at that and think, well, hey, that was a good play. No way. I mean, this is a horrible angle. They never teach this. Now, look, okay. Right now, he would be easy to tackle through here because he's off balance on one leg. He's about to make contact. So why wouldn't your aim be up here? Why would you aim for one leg? Your aim would be up here because he's off balance. But watch what he does. He goes for one leg and lets him go. And, he put his head down and like some shame. Look at him there. But that's what he was told to do. And this is how long it's been fixed. This is as long as been fixed. And again, they won 2 Super Bowls in a row. They won 68. Is it 69 or 72? I'm going to say that's 72. Who won 69? I don't know, maybe Joe Cowboys. So this was the second AFC championship. This was the second AFC championship. And again, I've said before, since 1960, they've been playing NFL, AFL. Since 1960, since the first year in the league, they played. When the Eagles won their last NFL championship, beating the Packers, they turned around and played. I think it was the Houston team. I found some stuff of that. So that's how long it's been fixed. And plays like that, the Tuck rule, Hank that they made a little famous with the Playboy shit because he didn't get the ball, the onside kick. They told him, they got the earplugs. Hank, don't get the ball. Just act like it. You won't play pro very long, but we'll give you something. That's how they do it, y'all. All right. I'll leave you with that. Till we meet again. Wednesday, midnight-ish. Till we meet again. Thank you, guys.